out for what could be our last snorkel. It's a sad day. Just got a bunch of photo shoots done with all our merchandise, Lizard Island merchandise. We'll probably pop some of those photos in there. We're heading out dead low like I was yesterday. Bit of a bittersweet finish to the day. We've just finished up our last snorkel now. Packing up, cleaning up all our gear, flying out tomorrow. So we finished off at Clam Gardens as well. Some of the clips of the shallow reef was amazing visibility, so it looked beautiful. All right guys, this might be the final sign off of the vlog for this trip. We've lost half of the group. They've gone on the first plane this morning and we're the only ones left. The true survivors. The true survivors, that's a good way of putting it. So we're heading down the beach for a quick swim and then we're gonna lunch, pack up, and then we're on our flight out of here. So yeah, this might be some of the last clips that you see of the island. Hopefully you've enjoyed the whole vlog and all the images. And I will say that a lot of these videos are from other people as well, so they're not just me. But yeah, I'll sign out for now. See you guys. haven't said it before, and what I think I might have missed is that this trip was actually meant to go ahead in 2020. It was applied for in 2019 and we were told the trip was going ahead in 2020, and then of course the COVID pandemic hit pretty hard, so it was delayed to 2021, and then it was delayed again until now. And lucky enough, we've been able to get here, all the teachers and the majority of the students, bar a couple that couldn't make it because of university. It's funny because these students originally would have been in year 11 if the trip went ahead when it was planned. So I think it's kind of worked out well for a lot of these, because these kids, there's a large number of them that are actually going ahead and following the marine science through university, kind of that path. But there's a whole variety of different students doing different things. A lot of them in the sciences, so forensics, and some looking at, you know, into the maths and physics as well. But as a whole, a large portion of these kids are at university. And as a teacher, it's really nice to see these kids here, not only because it's taken so long for them to get here, but to see them happy and enjoying themselves after really what could only be described as a horrid HSC for all of them. Now, as a teacher, I guess the best thing for me to see, especially when you see them so enthused in their work and getting involved in this whole trip, this Lizard Island Coral Reef study tour, that it's really good as a teacher to know that the next generation, for me anyway, this next generation is going to do things about the states of our oceans, the state of our coral reef, the incredibly terrible things that this reef especially is dealing with, and the whole world, but Lizard Island as well, what we're dealing with in terms of a changing climate, an increasing sea surface temperature, ocean acidification, which is leading to huge things, including coral bleaching, increasing crown of thorn starfish outbreaks. And it's really sad when you look at some reefs, which might be the clips before this, but you look at some of the clips of these almost just rubble covered with algae, dead coral, massive fields of staghorn coral just literally smashed down to rubble due to these things. Now obviously here the cyclones affected Lizard Island especially. Two big cyclones in 2014 and 15 that did a lot of the damage to the corals. But I think one big message that I'm going to take away from this trip is that to not give up. Okay, the reef isn't lost. The reef is incredibly resilient, and seeing these reefs thrive and come back in very short number of years, 6 years for North Point to come back to almost 100% coverage. So things you read in the media are always, might be a little bit swayed towards the reef is dying. And yeah, there's no doubt that our human impacts are having a huge effect on the reef, but it's not dying. It's still breathing, it's still alive, it's still showing how resilient it can be. Hey guys, sorry about the cut off on that clip. My battery did die when I was down there at the beach, and I didn't get a chance to charge it and finish it off while I was at Lizard Island. So I'm back home now. I'm in my lab in my fish room at the moment, and I thought I'd just finish it off real quick. So the acknowledgements and the thank yous that I'd like to say before I finish off this whole vlog series. Firstly, Anne and Lyle at Lizard Island Research Station, the ones that run the whole thing. Thank you so much for having us. And especially for doing the whole organization, the selection process, everything that was involved in it. I know it was a huge job, and you really did rally for us and this inaugural group to get going, even though some of them were a bit older and they were in university. Secondly, I would like to thank Ruth and Arthur, the maintenance team that were there as well. They did all the bedding and all the rest of it as well, as made sure everything was running in the boat. So thank you. This trip couldn't have run without you guys. Another couple of people that need a huge thank you, Dr. Andy Lewis and Dr. Cristiana Damiano, thank you so much for leading the trip. Obviously they're both from Coral Sea Foundation, a fantastic foundation that pretty much is working incredibly hard throughout the Coral Sea and obviously further afield as well, doing some fantastic work, educating our youth and making big changes to marine reserves and marine parks all throughout the world. So thank you so much for running the trip. Your knowledge and expertise was absolutely amazing, and I'm sure you'll see in the reflections of the report, the kids absolutely loved you guys leading the trip. Thank you for getting out on the boat with us, showing us and sharing all your knowledge with us. Those little small things in the reef that we wouldn't have knowledge without you guys being there, and of course teaching us all how we can change things for the future and how we can make better decisions to help our coral reefs and help all of our ecosystems. Now, the other people I'd like to give a big shout out to and a big thank you. Firstly, to the other teacher that went on this trip with me, Melissa Berry. You're an absolute legend, and I had a fantastic time, and I couldn't have literally hoped for a better teacher to come on this trip with me and share the experiences. So thank you so much. I know that she got so much out of it as well, just like I did. So thank you, thank you, thank you. The other ones that need mentioning, guys, are of course the participants, the students that came along. From the original group, the majority of you guys made it to Lizard Island and we could go on this amazing trip, the 13 of you. You guys were fantastic. Thank you so much for getting involved and for being there as well, as a teacher, for me to see students actually doing that work and seeing it in situ and enjoying and engaging and contributing to everything you did on the trip. It's been unreal. So I hope you guys really enjoyed this vlog series and use it as a bit of a reflective tool as well. And obviously, please share it with your social media platform, share it around. People need to see how awesome this is. This trip needs to go ahead again and again and again. For those people funding this, for those people that contributed to this program, we need more of this, especially for New South Wales schools. We need more and more of this. So please, please, please make sure you continue to support this trip. Send more teachers, send more students, because I have faith this kind of trip is changing the future generation. It's changing thinking on all of these ecosystems. It is changing people's perspective to study coral reefs and go to university to study coral reefs. It is changing people's mind to change universities to follow the marine science field. This needs to happen more often. It was an incredible trip. Thank you, thank you, thank you. The last and definitely not least, the main contributors and donors for the trip. So Lizard Island, Reef Research Foundation, the Lizard Island Research Station itself, obviously owned by Australian Museum, so thank you to both of those places. All of the little individual donors that did participate in it, this trip would not be possible without you. You put in so much time and effort into making sure this was going ahead well, and it was well funded, and it definitely was. And I can say from the bottom of my heart that this experience has been incredible. It gives me hope for the next generation. It is great for me to see the reef in situ, to see it there with my own eyes about how incredible it is. And really, it just fuels my fire even more to continue this, I guess, in my classroom, okay, in this classroom. All right, thank you so much, guys. I'm gonna sign off for now. Hope you enjoyed the vlog series. It's been so fun to film. It's been great to put it together. Thank you guys very much. Bye.